race just in case.
Two minutes. We go live in 2 minutes. Stand by, America. Got a killer show lined up for today. Stand by. 2 minutes. One minute.
This is Beach Talk Radio.
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all ships at sea. This is your captain speaking, Mean Gene. Mean Gene. The following will be a test of the ship's whistle, the sonar alarm, the cable alarm, and the atomic attack alarm.
Live from Peach Time Out in the heart of Times Square. You're listening to Beach Talk Radio with Kim and Ed Ryan.
And a good morning, everybody, and welcome to Beach Talk Radio, episode number 142, coming to you live from Peach Time Out on Fort Myers Beach. It's a huge day on the beach here today. It's a huge day at Peach Time Out. It's the 31st anniversary of Peach Time Out. What was that, wife?
How huge is it?
It's huge, Caroline. It's huge.
Hey, don't do that.
First, a quick thank you to all of our sponsors: Island Oils, Fort Myers Tiki Tours, Nervous Nellies, Mangaritas, Wave of Vitality, State Insurance USA, Sun Palace Vacations, La Ola Restaurant, Tuckaway Cafe, and Blue Ribbon Events. We have a special show coming up Friday night at La Ola Restaurant. We have guests lined up for Friday. We have guests lined up for Saturday. We have a show tonight at Nervous Nellies to broadcast the boat parade. I think it's like the 32nd annual Chamber of Commerce boat parade. Oh, Kristen, right out of the gate, says she loves your hair.
Thank you. I had it done this weekend, and I put it down earlier, but you made me put the hat on.
It was so terrible. It was sticking out everywhere, and it was poofy and boofy and all that stuff.
But thank you very much.
And I want to let everybody know we hit another milestone last week. We're just trudging along, sludging along, and moving forward with. We're right over 1,000 subscribers to the newsletter last week, which was nice for our advertisers and nice for you because you put so much work into the newsletter every week. And so thank you all for signing up for that. It was a busy week last week with all the news going on the beach. And
you hog all the news. You don't let anyone get in there to do their part.
What did you want to write about last week?
I just said, let me do something.
Oh, so you want me to assign it to you? I have to find the news and
you are at home. I have a job outside of the house. I can't be sitting there listening to the meetings. I have to do it in the evening, and you don't wait. So don't complain to me.
I've gotten some
to them about what I do or I don't.
I've gotten some of your writing too, and it takes me hours and hours to fix it up so that it's readable. So people will be like, "Oh, Ed, all these errors you made on this." And then the last thing I want to do is throw you under the bus from your writing.
No, you make plenty of grammatical and spelling errors.
I have a crew of volunteer spell checkers that check out my
Cookie,
grammar.
The bulldog, and Callie.
No, it's a crew that I have there that likes to criticize me and make sure that I include all the periods and all that. And I tell you, it's just 3 paragraphs. That's all people want. It's 3 paragraphs, and it's 3 pages later. I gotta tell you, it's 3 paragraphs. People can't read 3 pages.
I take too much of a deep dive on stuff.
Yeah,
you're right about that. I'll agree. I'll take that criticism under advisement.
Okay. So our first guest is already here. He battled. Is this Jacob? Jacob, come on down. And we're going to be telling everybody about what's going on here at Pete's. Lots of prizes to give away here at Pete's. There's a bicycle they're going to be giving away. I've seen the bicycle outside. It's lovely bicycle. Yeah, very cool. And so if you want to get to the beach, now's one of those days where the traffic is starting to back up early. Right, Jacob? From both directions, right, wife? Yeah.
Yes.
And so you want to get out there early and you want to get some parking. And the reason that there's so much parking, there's a parking issue right now in Lynn Hall Park is because there's a swim race going on that I didn't know about. It's a 1 mile and a 5K.
I cannot
imagine.
Jacob,
we'll get you on the show in a minute.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I can not imagine someone swimming 5 kilometers. I mean, that's 3 miles, 3.1 miles.
Well, how much is an Ironman? It's way more than that.
Is 2. No, you only swim 2.
You only swim 2 miles in an Ironman?
Okay, when you say only swim 2 miles, you can't even swim 25 feet. So shut it up. It is a long.
Did you say shut it up?
Shut it up. Yes, it is a long distance. But I did want to say, besides that, the weather today is literally perfect.
This is what brings out the happiness in people when it's this nice out and it's not hot. It's not muggy. It's lovely.
It's not cold. It's perfect.
And speaking of lovely, Jacob is with us now. Jacob, how are you? I bet you didn't have any idea what you were getting into here. So Jacob, how do you say the last name? Is it Winge?
Wingy.
Yep. So that's a great name.
Oh, thank you.
Wingy.
Like that.
Okay, so Jacob is with the Florida Everglades
Wonder Gardens.
Wonder Gardens. And what is the Everglades Wonder Gardens, Jacob?
So we've actually been around almost 90 years. We turn 85
You look so young.
Well, we were founded in 1936 by the Piper family, which was a family that came down from Michigan. So one of the first snowbirds that moved down into Southwest Florida in the late 30s. And they had a reptile exhibit and farm and kind of nature center up in Michigan where they came from, and they brought their collection down here because the weather was better. We had a land boom in the late 20s in Florida that was starting to bring people down, and so they set up their attraction, which was originally called Everglades Reptile Gardens, later came into the Wonder Gardens on, at the time, US 41, which is now Old 41, and we're located right there in the heart of downtown Bonita.
What did you think of the whole Tiger King thing? Did you watch it?
I did. It's it's unfortunate. There's a lot of really good small nature centers and zoological parks and small museums out there, and then there's some other stuff.
Yeah. Did you hear what happened on Carol Baskins?
I did.
Last
I
week?
saw that.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh? Did you hear?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
You didn't hear.
No.
It's
I'm not-
in the news. Do you watch anything that's going
I don't
on?
watch that kind of news.
Oh, please. You watched the
I
whole
try not
Netflix
to.
series.
Yeah.
One of the, was it a,
That's because you had it.
Was
It
it
was a tiger.
a tiger?
I think,
And one of the volunteers put her hand
Yeah.
in to try and open the gate, and the tiger ripped it off
Yeah.
or something.
And that's how you know the difference between a legit, organization and not, because there's safety protocols and there's training. Our keepers are all educated. They all have college degrees. I mean, it is a science, and it's working with animals.
Have you ever had a reptile try and rip your arm off, or how big did the
No,
reptiles
no.
get there?
Yeah,
I mean,
what kind of reptiles do you have there?
So we have reptiles and birds.
Okay.
Throughout our history, we've had everything, including otters and black bears, a panther, all sorts of deer. We had a bunch of deer at one point, but now we just have reptiles and birds. We have American alligators are our largest reptiles, but we have an alligator snapping turtle that's pretty good size. We're getting in crocodiles in probably another 3, maybe 6 weeks at the most, just waiting on our FWC approval. That's another thing that we go through that a lot of these other, small organizations
When you say you're
don't.
getting your crocodiles, you're going out and catching them
they're
yourself?
coming from another nature center and a rescue.
Yeah. And
Do you
so,
have snakes?
We do. Yeah,
What kind of
we have
snakes do you have?
we
Like-
have pythons. We have a
Whoa.
king snake that's native, but we've got a couple different kinds. We've got a couple pythons, red-tailed boa. So
what
pretty
is the
good.
deal with the pythons in the Everglades down there?
Well, people had them as pets, and that's one of the things that we try to teach both with reptiles and birds is they're real pretty. They're great to look at. There's a lot to be learned education-wise, but they make horrible pets. And anybody that's owned birds or reptiles will double, triple confirm and put money down on that they just make horrible pets. They outlive us. We have 2 green Amazon parrots that are in their 40s. Our flamingos are approaching 50. They're actually the original hatchlings that were brought from the original, flock that the Pipers brought down. But they outlive us. They get really big, really fast as reptiles are concerned. As much as you feed them, that's how much they grow. So we control their diets to keep them to a certain size while also keeping them healthy. But if you give a python, a rat, or a rabbit every day, it's going to grow that every day.
So it seems like the python hunting thing that they started, they can't kill enough of them. They can't catch enough of them.
No. I mean, they're doing great progress, but it's like a lot of other invasives. It's like the porcupine fish or lionfish that they have down in the Keys. I mean, a lot of these animals are brought in as pets. They get too big for the aquarium or the tank that they're in, and people unfortunately, let them loose.
What about lizards? Because I know people will get those lizards thinking, oh, it's going to stay the size of the aquarium. But some lizards they're like little dinosaurs.
And that's great that you brought it up.
Thank you.
We showed on, we had Giving Tuesday this last Tuesday. We raised almost $20,000. And we showcased one of our Facebook Lives, one of our lizards, one of our tegus. And we have a Asian water monitor as well. Both of those are very common. That people go out and get as pets because they're almost like little mini Komodo dragons, but they grow very fast. And
Yeah, I was driving.
And iguanas, same thing with iguanas.
I don't know what it was, but I was driving. We live out in Gateway, and this was a long time ago over by the soccer fields. And I was driving, and all the cars stopped, and people were getting out of their cars, and so that's what I did. And going across the street was this enormous monitor. What is it? Monitor?
There's water monitor, and there's also black and white tegus that are.
It was huge. I mean, it looked like a small dinosaur crossing the road. I mean, so it had to come from somebody's house. Like, hey, I think it should have had a leash on it. It was huge.
Yep.
It was huge.
Did you see the video of the man rescuing his dog from the alligator?
Yes.
What did you think of that?
Well,
would you
I think
recommend people doing that?
Well-
that was a small alligator, so I think
Right,
he
it was just a 4-footer, right? I mean, who wouldn't do that?
Smaller alligator.
People would make fun of you if you didn't do that to
Right.
save your dog.
I mean, it's yeah. I mean, it could have been a lot worse if that alligator was. I mean, even a size and a half bigger.
Yeah.
You know.
The best part about that video was him not losing the cigar. The
oh,
whole
he had the
time.
cigar. I didn't
Right,
notice he
that's
had a
what I thought
cigar
too,
the
yeah.
whole time.
He did. He had the cigar. It just was like
you
it's
see
an
people-
everyday thing. Like, let go of my dog.
Did
and
you
it
see-
was a little dog.
Did you see people
Yeah.
start trolling? Like, why are there cameras up? Like, how could there be cameras up? Like it was a staged thing. Did you see that, or is that just
No, I
okay?
didn't.
I got
I
to get
didn't
off
see
the
that, but I did
underweb.
wonder if someone was standing there.
No,
Like,
you
I
know what
did
it is?
wonder.
I think it's like FWC or somebody has the approval from those neighbors in that neighborhood in different areas. This is what I read or I heard it somewhere, that they have these cameras up all in that neighborhood so they can see how the wildlife
It makes
interacts with the
sense.
humans.
Yes.
And I guess they interact with pets too in some
They
way.
do.
Yeah, you have to be careful.
So
with
where's
that.
your facility located?
He just said in the heart of Bonita,
sometimes
off Old
this is-
41.
Dear, this is a radio thing. Sometimes people join the show
Yeah,
10 minutes
Hey,
late
well,
or
I'm
something
just-
like that. So don't poo-poo
I
what I'm
just
trying
want
to
him
do.
to know that I'm paying attention.
All
Thank
right.
you. We are in downtown Bonita Springs in the downtown Arts District area. So just up the road from Riverside Park. If you've been to Buffalo Chips, Maria's, we're right in that kind of very central area.
How
So
big? How big is it?
we're 3.5 acres.
Okay.
Now, how did you get the gig?
So I joined the team in early August. We then brought on a new executive director, David Webb. We're both Florida natives. We've both grown up here, both of our whole lives. I started in the nonprofit world when I finished college. I went to Florida Southwestern State College, go Bucks, and started in the nonprofit world, bounced around some grant funded positions, kind of got tired of that, went to the private sector for a little while, and then had the opportunity to come back and jumped on it.
So we have a question from one of our 9 viewers. Do you take
not true.
rescues like, they keep moving, bearded
Right.
dragons? If somebody has a bearded dragon, is that a real thing?
Yeah.
A bearded dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we used to be a rescue facility years ago. We still it's not really something that we do that often, but you can find us on Facebook and send us a message, and we can definitely, if we can't take him, we can maybe find, help you find a home for him.
So those things, aren't those things like a nuisance too?
yeah, not too many people release those because they
They
do
stay
stay
small.
small-ish.
What about
Yeah,
those
right.
big iguanas that you see like,
That's
the
what we were
Santa-
just talking
I mean,
about.
Yeah.
shouldn't you just kill
they
those?
get huge.
Shouldn't
They
you
get
just kill
huge.
those? I mean, right? Aren't they doing that
Well,
with,
they're definitely invasive.
and
you know.
aren't they doing that with the snakes down in the Everglades
They
too?
are.
They're catching
Yeah,
them.
they're
Are they eating
hunting-
them? Is that food
one of
they
the
eat?
one of the big things that they're trying to do with the pythons is put trackers on the females, because then we know where the nests are, and then we can wipe out the eggs and kind of.
How
'cause
many eggs can one female lay?
Oh, I think close to 100. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not
wow.
quite
That's
sure.
why
but
there's a problem,
Huge
yeah.
amount. Yeah.
That's a lot.
Now, is at the Wonder Gardens, because the word's gardens, and then
Yes.
is there also foliage and different
Yes.
plants? And
Yep.
so
Yeah,
tell
all
us a little bit
3.5
about
acres
that.
is pretty well, tropical and lush and pretty well maintained. We have got 2 amazing horticulturalists that work with us, and we have a lot of volunteers that come in as well. So yes,
What is the price of admission?
it's $12 for an adult and $8 for a child.
Do you have any rides?
No, we don't have any rides or anything like that.
Like a little
Yeah, like you're gonna ride the
train?
boa.
You got a little train that goes around? Don't knock the sign down.
no. But one of the things that does make us unique is you can hand feed a lot of animals. So like our flamingos, we sell food for, a lot of our turtles, our alligators, and we do a lot of programming and keeper talks and things like that. We're gonna be
For the
rolling out
kids.
pretty shortly. So
What do you think of those little turtles? What are they called? Those little turtles that
Oh,
they're
those
selling?
yellow sliders.
What are, the yellow
Yeah.
slider turtles are invasive too, right? They need
Yes.
to be outlawed.
yeah,
You know, some of the stores on the
we have
beach.
box turtles and some great native species here. But yeah,
When you're feeding the animals, is it like you have to keep your hand flat like you do at where were we, SeaWorld or whatever? So
Oh, don't bring
Yeah.
up
Or-
SeaWorld.
yes,
Yeah, I
that's
know.
the best. Yeah. Well, the flamingos are really the only ones that we sell mixed bird seed too for our peacocks. We have free ranging turkeys. Those you can kind of walk up and feed. The flamingos will either eat right out of the cup or they'll
Okay.
eat out of your hand. And then the alligators, it's like a little meat nugget that you kind of throw
I
through
was
the
going to
fence.
say
So-
you're throwing that,
To
right?
what?
You're not going like
yes.
So do you have any anything dangerous happen to you there? Like one of the animals snap at you or something, or come after you,
no.
run after you?
All wildlife is capable of biting.
Right.
So, a lot of our parrots and everything, we have, pretty clear signage on their enclosures and,
So people see deer every day. Did you just see a couple of deer running towards your facility there and just gate them up?
I think that's what they did years ago. We haven't had any mammals probably in the last 10 years at the Wonder Gardens,
Yeah.
but
Do you have any parrots that talk?
we do. We have
You should have brought it with you.
I
You
know.
should on your
I
shoulder.
know. Yeah.
Well, but I know some parrots say bad words. Your parrots are all good language, right?
Yes, they're all good language. We have 2 green Amazon parrots in our gift shop that talk, and Kiwi and Peanut, and they're pretty popular. So
Yeah.
we have a few others. Casey is an umbrella cockatoo. Everybody loves him. So
Is that the white one?
yes,
Is it-
that has kind of the Elvis
Yep.
Presley thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do the animals have to wear masks now? I mean, everyone's wearing one.
Well, we encourage everybody wearing masks if they're around groups outside and then in our gift shop. But yeah,
Very
the
cool.
animals don't have to.
So
And what are your hours?
So we're open from 10 to 4, Monday
Mon-
through Sunday, every day of the week.
Wow.
very
Well,
cool.
that's a fun thing for people to go and do.
Yeah.
They
We've
can
been
be
busy, especially with
outside.
the nice weather. We've been
Yeah.
real busy.
Yeah.
So.
And people can do it because it's outside
Right,
and
right.
they can socially distance and do
And
all
it's
that.
good for
Exactly.
adults and kids. So,
Yes.
it spans.
I'm
the
sorry.
age
I don't
range.
know where. I didn't know Bonita had a downtown.
Yeah, that old 41 corridor, the city's really put a lot of economic development incentives and things like that, really kind of making that a good hub. Probably for the last 5 or 6 years or so, they've really put a strong emphasis on it. But
I can't believe you haven't ridden your bike down through there.
Maybe I did. I don't think I have. I didn't
No,
notice
I
a
don't think I have.
downtown like right. I mean, it's a downtown. Like this is a downtown here, right? I
yeah,
don't know.
very similar. We've got
Yeah.
a roundabout, 2 roundabouts, and I mean, similar construction.
What do you
and
think of the
everything's
roundabout? We're
walkable.
getting one in our neighborhood. Does it work?
So from what I've seen, especially for that downtown Bonita area, yes, big time. I think it's helped traffic a lot. Now there are pockets where it still backs up big time, but I think it solved at least 75% of the traffic woes.
Oh, wow.
When we
wow.
had that big storm come through, parts of Bonita got really
We did-
crushed with the flooding. How
Oh,
about
it
you
was
guys?
terrible.
Annie.
Nice.
I mean, we
Wow.
got water. I mean, there
Nice.
was water and wind and, a lot of palm fronds down and things like that, but nothing, what some other, it was weird. It was pockets. I was at a chamber breakfast earlier this week. We're real involved here on the island with the Fort Myers Beach Chamber. And
Cool.
we were talking about different pockets that it hit both here on the island and Bonita, kind of out east towards Gateway, and even those areas that got it in little pockets. It really wasn't the whole area got, 6 inches or 10 inches.
Right.
Was it at
But-
Truly Scrumptious?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it was.
See?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you know
look
that?
at
First time
you.
that
I
I'd
did
been there
not know.
too. So it was.
Oh, very nice.
yeah.
Now,
What do you do with the animals during that? Do you just
We
Have
have
them
we have
hunker down, or-
quarantine areas for
Okay.
them too for some of the larger exhibits. The alligators and some of the larger animals, they're kind of fine. The flamingos have a night cage that they go to at night anyways, so they just stay in there.
how
But
dare you, Chad? I will get back to you later, Chad. So now that you've had time to think about it and time to ponder over time, do you think Carol Baskin killed her husband? What's your opinion?
you know,
Do you think she fed him to the gators? I mean, that's one way of. Come on, give us an
I
opinion
don't.
here.
I don't. I
Don't
would
sit
not
on the fence
necessarily
here.
bet against it.
Okay, so you're
I
leaning
definitely
Florida,
thi-
maybe.
I think that's I think there's a good chance.
Yeah.
But
Well, I mean, if she didn't have that crackpot going after him, maybe it would have been a different story, and they would have found out the truth. But the guy's a whack job, man.
you
you
never
know,
know.
you and the
What?
drama, the real life drama. I
well,
mean, next
dear,
thing you're going to be
everybody
doing is
loves
watching
somebody else's drama.
Yeah, you're going to be watching reruns of the Real Housewives of
No,
Orange County or
no,
something.
No. Have you watched El Chapo?
No, have
Oh.
not. No.
I could not stop watching that. It was one. What was the last one we watched that we just couldn't stop? We just.
Don't
whole-
put the we in there.
Oh,
I'm
you're
now
just.
watching.
That's right. You're just sitting outside on your phone the whole time.
Well,
So
I'm,
is there
I'm
any way that
watching
we can
the-
get rid of those little lizards? They're all over the place.
The anoles.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah.
I
yeah
mean,
they're-
what do you-
so,
can I
we,
just-
so we have a green anole that is native to Florida, very similar. And then the brown is the Cuban anole. And almost every invasive that's been brought over to Florida has been brought over through nursery and horticulture, bringing plants from South America or
and
the
they're
Caribbean.
hidden down in there.
And they're hidden down in there. And that's how the Cuban anole got here. But
Now, how many green
Anoles.
anoles?
Say it.
Like how
Say it
common
like
are
you
they
mean
that
it.
people would see them?
the
Because
the Cuban anoles are by far more
Right.
common. Yeah.
because I was
Yeah.
somewhere and somebody said, "Oh, look at that!" They called attention to this green gecko. That's what we were calling
Yes.
it. And said, this is that, and you don't see them very often.
Is there a question
but-
coming?
No, I'm just
Okay.
saying that.
So
you don't
I'm
see
a
them
big
very
fan of the
often.
snake. I love snakes. So
You do
Yeah.
not.
we have the black snakes. The
Yep.
what the hell are they called?
Yep,
The-
black racers
Yeah.
or
So
blacks,
I'm picking them up all the time, and we're playing with them. And so, what is the one snake you shouldn't pick up around your house?
Oh, I don't know about around your house, but I was out hiking and saw
That was not a question
pygmy
for you.
Yes.
rattler.
So that is by far the worst. Pygmy rattler. I'll put that between that and a copperhead. Those are probably the two most aggressive venomous snakes. Copperhead's a water moccasin, but those two are absolutely the most aggressive.
If you
And
get
they're small. It's not
right,
like,
pygmies are super small.
and
you-
they stand their ground.
if you get bit on the ass by one of those snakes, let's just say somehow you got bit on the ass by
Right. Yeah.
the first thing somebody has to do is suck the blood right out of it,
No.
right? Isn't that how it works? I mean, first person you
First
see.
of all, it's the venom, and no, that's
what
they don't
would
do
happen
that.
if your friend got bit on the ass?
I mean, you need to call 911. I mean, if it's if it's on a limb, it's a lot easier to
well,
kind
come
of
on,
restrict the
focus
area.
now. What if
Yes.
it's on the buttocks? What
well,
do you do?
That's
I mean, how do you get it out? You got to get it out, right? I mean, what do you do? What's that? Thank you. Thank you.
No.
Now, if I got bit on the ass, would you suck the poison out? All
I
righty.
have to echo that sentiment, and I'm married to him.
Oh,
so sorry.
Stop. That hurts.
Not doing it. Not doing
Have you
it.
ever heard of somebody getting bit on the butt?
no.
I mean, I guess if you're laying in a tent
Well,
asleep, anything can happen, right?
I
Better
will-
the butt than somewhere else.
In
Ugh.
full disclosure, I was in a park jogging, got tired, sat down on a log, and got bit by a brown recluse.
Ooh.
And
I've heard that
that-
with them and scorpions.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
That
do you do?
was
What do you
not
do
good.
about
Dogs
that?
are dangerous.
Yeah, don't sit down. Just
Ah.
keep running.
Yeah.
So,
Most
what?
of the scorpions that we have though aren't that venomous.
I
I mean,
haven't
it'll
seen-
sting and burn, but
So
I
what?
haven't seen a
What
scorpion down
is your like main attraction? Like everybody's got like a grand finale or something like that.
Right.
So what do people come to see?
right. Our biggest thing right now and historically has always been our flamingos. We're the only place in
Mm.
South Florida, other than Zoo Miami, where you can see flamingos. We're the only place where you can hand feed them, so that's the big plus. But bringing crocodiles back, we're really excited for. And then we actually have a bald eagle exhibit coming probably mid to late
Oh,
January,
nice.
which
Wow.
is going to be really
Did
exciting.
you see
So-
Crow got a bald eagle? Somebody found an injured bald eagle somewhere.
yes. Yeah.
You didn't. You're just making that up, right? You didn't hear about that, did you?
No.
You did.
I mean, Crow gets them in quite
Yeah.
a bit,
Yeah.
and the Conservancy. So
Is it
Yep.
still an endangered bird?
I believe it's still listed
Yeah.
endangered. Yeah.
How
No,
wide can a
Do-
bald eagle span get? Do you
6
know?
feet.
pretty big. I think somewhere.
Is that what it says in the textbooks? Pretty big. I'm
Pretty
not
big.
getting
pretty
outside
big,
your.
yeah, about probably
6
around
feet?
5 to 6 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
depending.
Do you know the difference between a crocodile and an alligator?
Oh, here we go.
Do I know?
Is that a good question?
Yeah.
You can't egg them on and ask them if it's a good question. That doesn't count.
There's a couple
He
different.
said,
I
"Here
think-
we go."
I think people can tell the difference by
well,
looking
you
at
tell
them.
us. What do
I
you
don't
think
know what
the
it is. I
difference
think-
is by looking
So
at
if
it?
looking
you saw
at
a
them.
head in the water,
Yeah, I could
and
tell.
you could look at it.
I've seen
How
so
can
many-
you tell?
I've seen so many alligators that I would say,
Right.
"Damn, that looks like a crocodile or something."
So here's real
What the-
easy.
what
An
the visuals
alligator
here?
has a rounded snout,
Yeah. Okay.
and the crocodile's real pointed. That's just one.
And the eye is the eye.
One alligators have it on the side of their head. Crocodiles have it on top.
Very
Bam,
nice.
bam.
Okay, ask him something else that you.
No,
that
no.
You're trying to,
I'm
you're
asking
trying to-
Well,
you.
I don't know all the animal questions, so
How big does a flamingo get?
probably most of a male, maybe 5.5 to 6 feet, and there's different species of flamingo.
Tall?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Females probably more about 3.
Now,
3 to
what is
4.
the protocol if a flamingo starts chasing you? I mean, can you outrun a flamingo, or can they run fast?
They can run fast, but they can't run long distances. They
Okay.
run to get speed up to fly.
Okay, so as long as you're not, if you're running in a group, as long as you're not the last person, you're good.
You're probably
Has a flamingo ever attacked anybody that
No.
you know of?
No.
Like ever?
No.
So they're.
What do you feed the flamingos?
they get it's a special
He didn't say anything, so
it's a special zoo accredited diet that they get fed. It's a little dry food, but then they get a regular diet in addition to that. So
So
Cool.
that they keep
and it keeps
their,
their color.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, this was very educational.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Flamingos
I'm
can
not
lose their
I'm
color?
a snake person. I'm not a flamingo person.
You're
What are
the
the
farthest
different-
thing from a
What are the
snake
different
person.
colors of? By the way, do you see the birds flying around here? I just have a
Those are
bird question
crows.
for you.
Those
Do
are
you
crows, yeah.
see? Is it
Or
against
actually,
any
that's-
kind of
That's a
rule?
robin?
Is it against any kind of rule to hit them with the slingshot and a marble?
Yes.
Is there some
It's
kind of law
against a
against that?
moral rule.
Rob-
I mean,
well,
they're an
especially in
nuisance.
public, I would not recommend
But it's
it.
if nobody's
But-
watching, it's okay, right? I mean, because all they look at them, they're just trying to get everybody's
I
food.
think they just
Isn't it called survival of the fittest sometimes, right?
maybe you need a high-pitched whistle.
Why is it okay for man to kill the python, but it's not okay for man to kill the annoying bird? Nobody would notice the difference.
Well,
I've never killed an animal, by the way.
yeah.
So
You
you're
have
just going to let
to-
that go, aren't you?
You have
I get
to.
you.
You took out a snake one time.
I did.
Yeah. It
I've
fell out of our attic. So
Oh, okay.
that was an
The
issue.
worst thing that ever happened to me
never
was
had that happen.
have you ever had this happen? The worst thing that ever happened to me was one time I got in the shower naked, of course. I know that's painting an ugly picture for people, but there was a bat on the inside of the shower
Oh
curtain.
wow, yeah.
Not,
There's, I mean,
not in
what's,
our house. This was prior to me.
what's the first thing? What's the first thing you do when you see a bat on the inside of your shower curtain?
Exit the shower.
Yeah, I mean, it's so stunning because obviously you're half asleep and you're naked, and so you're like or you're just running away, and then you just grab everything like the shower curtain pole, everything's coming down.
You don't have any possums at your place, do
No.
you?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
What's the worst
The
animal thing
opossums
that's ever
are
happened to you?
Worst animal thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been bitten, stung by different things, but not. I mean, now
Well, not
I
like a
was
bee
getting,
or
I was
something,
getting
right?
firewood one time,
Yeah.
and I lifted a log up, and as I was turning around to put it kind of in the cart to take it to go build a bonfire, I saw that one shade of brown was a different shade of brown than the other shades of
Oh.
brown,
Yeah.
and that turned out to be a water moccasin. And
Ooh.
I was really lucky because it was close to sunset, and snakes, when it gets cooler, their body kind of shuts down and they go into sleep mode. So I was able to
Did it bite you?
exterminate that threat. No,
Oh,
I
you
was
killed
able to pick it up with another stick and then
How many
Eat it with
how many
another stick.
things do you think you killed over your
You
lifespan?
seem so calm and then I
You
went,
have
Right.
to be.
killed. I beat it.
How many things do you think you've killed over like that needed to die? Different
That's
things.
the only like venomous snake that I've had. It was either
Ah.
gonna at that point. I mean, we were this close, so it was gonna be me or him, and
Yeah.
you had to make that decision. But
Have you ever seen a giraffe up close?
yeah, I actually used to work at Naples Zoo, so that was
Oh,
one
that's
of my
another
first
good
jobs
place.
out of college.
What do you
but
think of the giraffe?
They're cool.
Yeah, they are very
And at
unique.
Naples Zoo, you can feed them lettuce,
Yep.
so it's a great.
Jillian and I did that.
Yeah.
And they just reopened that. Little plug for Naples Zoo. So
Very nice. Okay,
See,
so
there's no competition.
No,
you guys
give,
No, no.
give your place a plug one more time so everybody knows where it is, how to get there, how much it costs, and the hours.
yeah, so we are on Old 41. We're open Monday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And we are right in the middle of Old 41 in downtown Bonita Springs. $12 is the admission. $8 for
Go ahead.
$8 for kids, and you can. We also sell memberships that are reciprocal. So there's a lot of different membership opportunities. You can find all those on our website, and you can also book your tickets ahead of time online at EvergladesWonderGardens.com.
And they can get the tickets and they can get it on their phone.
Yep.
And then just
Yep.
zing.
Yep, or they can buy a membership
Touch
and then you
list
get
or
in
whatever.
free.
Well, how much are the memberships
So a family membership's $100, and that's 2 adults and up to 6 kids
for a year?
for a year.
Nice. And then they can go as much
Individuals,
as they want.
individuals 50.
And then that helps support. Do you have a not-for-profit that
We
people-
are a not-for-profit.
Okay.
Yes.
And that, but so it goes to,
Yes. Supporting our mission.
I'm not
and-
laughing at you. These people are having their own conversation with my sister about the shower, but I'll let
Oh,
that
boy.
go. So, our next
Is
guest.
that on next week's episode?
No.
The shower.
No, that's a nightmare for me. Just to bring it up gives me the
it's
heebie-jeebies.
like what was that famous movie, The Shower Curtain? The
Psycho.
movie.
Yeah.
It's just like,
So, our next guest was the one that I think introduced us to you,
Yes.
Debbie.
Yep.
Debbie Voorhees
Yeah.
from the Lovers Key State National Park. We're gonna get an update on. Did I say it wrong?
no, you said it wrong, but I think she's from the Friends of Love.
Friends of Lovers.
Yeah,
Key.
and we got some
Which
videos.
we've got some great partnerships upcoming with them and some other groups, FGCU. So
Are you going to be at another breakfast or lunch here on the beach where people could get up close and pet you and talk to you and get some tickets from you and
There's
all that?
no petting.
He's got like the perfect hair. Look at that.
He
Do you use
does.
gel or what is that? Do you use gel in your hair? How old are you?
Yes.
30.
Let's
I'm
let
gonna say-
everybody guess. Let's
I'm
see.
going to
Let's
say
see what
27.
27,
Hold on.
30. 30. Who's going to guess on the show how
who's
old?
gonna-
Well, while
How
they're
old you guys?
guessing,
How old
tell
you
us
guys
how-
think he
how-
is?
How you keep your hair like
Take a
that.
guess. 30. She says 30. Uh-oh. He's laughing out
He's
loud.
laughing.
So I don't
So
think
the-
people are.
How do I get my hair like this? I just put gel in it.
Ah, gel.
I go to a really good barber, Black Fox Barber Shop in East Naples, Bayshore Arts District.
What does it cost to get your hair cut?
I have like a
Friends and family
yeah.
discount? Yeah, I have that too.
Gotcha.
But they have membership packages and all that. But
So what's your age? You're not going to say it? You don't have to if you don't want to.
have we guessed?
I don't think people are
No.
playing the game.
30.
Oh, they're still talking about you in the shower.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
They're saying I have
So,
hair
so
envy.
30 was the guess you guessed.
27.
So she wins. Dead on.
27. Very
Dead on.
good.
Wow.
I turned 28 in January. A lot of people guess 30. I get 32 sometimes. People.
It's the
No.
beard makes you look
people-
older.
yes.
The
Oh
beard.
yeah. If I didn't have the beard,
Yeah.
then,
The other
then
thing is-
maybe I'd be lucky to get like 22. But-
You present mature.
Oh, thank you.
know, you're
Yes.
not.
So one final question from our
Okay.
studio audience or our at-home audience from Mary Hansen. I don't know where Mary's from, but her question is, how is the job situation down there for biologists?
So we don't have a biologist on staff. We do have a team of 3 keepers, and that's actually grown in addition of 1 since we've reopened. So we actually had one of our better Octobers. We beat last October's numbers, even with COVID, which is pretty amazing.
Wow.
Cool.
Almost 80% of small zoos, aquariums, and nature centers have closed because of COVID and closed forever. So we're really fortunate, and I think it shows the resiliency of the area too to support our community.
I would say, though, in general, that I think Florida, especially anything along the coast, would be a good employment for biologists.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I
it
mean,
is.
every
All right.
time I'm looking at stuff, that's
Dear, you're
that's
getting off
who's
the
running
beaten
it.
trail here
Well,
now.
you brought it
didn't
up
talk
with the
about
question.
biology here. We're talking about his
did he
location
not ask
down
the
there.
question?
But
Thank
we
you.
haven't had to lay off anyone because of the
Awesome.
virus, which is
Awesome.
great. So
All right. Well, thank you for coming on, Jacob, and thank you for weathering the traffic. And did you say you were going to be at another event? I interrupted you.
I don't know when the next time I'll be.
Ah.
We this is our beach, even though we live in Naples. We
Very
take
cool.
the hike when we come because I've grown up in Naples my whole life. I've been to all the Naples beaches 3,420
this is where the
times. So
action's at.
this is where
yeah.
my fiance and I we both come
Oh.
up here.
Oh,
we
when
always
are you
we,
getting
we
married?
normally go to Diamond Head a lot. That's kind of our spot at
That's your spot.
Cabanas, but we're getting married May 1st.
May 1st.
right around the corner.
Congratulations.
Where are you getting married?
At the Wonder Gardens?
Actually, like right around the corner from our house at Naples Lakes Country Club. But
Do you need an MC or anything?
And
we might,
MC?
Yeah, I've done weddings. I've done.
Oh,
parties?
That's the last thing he
I'm
wants.
emceeing the party today
I
here
know,
at Peach.
but it's
Big
his
party
wedding.
today. All right. I don't want to. Well, I don't want to get it crazy. It's probably low key. Or like, how many guests you gonna have?
probably somewhere in maybe mid to high upper 50s.
Okay.
That's like a
Keeping it-
medium-sized
yeah,
wedding. Would it
yeah.
run you? How much?
Well, that's none of your business. But
Why do you always interrupt when I
Because
ask about
All
money?
I'll
Sometimes
say
people
is
want to
it
answer
pays
that.
to know people,
Nice.
and
yes.
and yes.
You know, when we
getting a
got-
discount.
When we
Yeah,
got married, I was still on the radio, so I was able to trade it all with our advertisers.
there you
we
go.
got
So it was free.
everything discounted.
Completely free.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, Jacob. Thanks so much for
Yeah,
coming
thanks
in.
for
We
having me on.
appreciate it, everybody. Jacob, and go down and see him down there in Bonita.
Everglades Wonder Garden.
Everglades Wonder Gardens. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Have a
welcome.
great
Having me on,
weekend.
yeah.
Thank you
Thanks.
so much.
Appreciate it very much. And that is Jacob, everybody, our first guest of the day. And before we get to our second guest, we want to tell you about one of our great sponsors, IslandOilsLLC.com. They are repelling the bugs, the no-see-ums, the mosquitoes, the giant flies, even those nasty iguanas, I think. You can try and squirt it on an iguana, see what happens. If it gets too close to you, right? You never know. It's worth a little experimentation to see. It's 100% oil and 100% works. No water added. Oil and water don't mix unless you shake it like crazy. They're made in Florida. When you're ordering it from folks right down here on the beach. It's made with high performance essential oils. You go to islandoilsllc.com right now and buy yourself some spray. They have the spray, they have the roll on, they have all that to keep the bugs away. And it's getting a little cooler at night, and you don't want any bugs on you at night when you're sitting in your backyard watching Netflix and watching Tiger King and watching What was the other one? El Chapo, all of those things. So islandoilsllc.com is where you want to go. And don't forget, today's the big party here at Pete's Time Out. It's the 30th, 31st anniversary of Pete's Time Out. And they're going to be celebrating all day long. Lots of giveaways today. They're going to be giving out raffle tickets. We're going to be
Lots of
hosting
shirts.
lots of shirts. This is where the shirt is, Steve. Somebody asked what the shirt was. And these are the shirts
really
that they're going to
cool
be
bike.
giving away. Nice bike. Yep. It's like a hybrid mountain bike.
It's very cool.
Lots of stuff right here, like coolers we can see. So you want to come down and have some fun here at
Coolers,
Pete's Time Out.
chairs.
Debbie Voorhees is back for like the 10th time, or
That's not true.
Yeah, she's
What,
been on
third?
quite a few times.
Third or fourth.
Yeah.
In various incarnations.
Yeah, for different reasons.
Yeah, I've been with the Women's Club and the
That's
Community
right, yep.
Foundation as well, but my primary love and the job that pays me is with Friends of Lovers Key.
So before we
Folks.
get to Lover's Key, you mentioned two
folks.
things. Why are you pushing me out of the way?
Because you're too close to me.
The women's club is having a big event this coming next weekend, right? The
Yes.
Christmas Tree Festival.
Mhm.
Do you want to mention that?
Sure, I'd love to. It's the third annual Christmas Tree Festival, and it's a fundraiser for the Women's Club, but also for all the nonprofits on the island. So each nonprofit decorates a tree, and then we auction the trees. And there's also a bake sale and a chili tasting. Are you making chili this year?
No,
No.
we are totally out of the
We
chili
are,
business after we got ridiculed and mocked the first 2 years. And Reed from, you guys know I've been saying this for years, but nobody wants to investigate it. It's like the whole election thing. Fraud happens and nobody wants to hear about it. And Reed's a cheater. He's a chili cheater. But anyway, so they have like 16 Christmas trees this year, I understand.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then this is the first year there's going to
I-
be wreaths as well.
Oh, right.
So
Oh.
I'm excited to see
I
those.
love wreaths.
We're trying hard. Our tree was the highest grossing tree in year one.
When you say our tree,
The
Friends
folks.
of Lovers
Oh,
Key
cool.
Folks Tree.
Yeah.
But last year we were beat out by the Chamber of Commerce with their wine
One
tree.
Oh,
I
of
know,
course.
That's a tough one.
on this beach,
That's
Yeah.
a tough.
that's
that's
a
a tough one
no-brainer
to
right there.
Yeah, and I don't
So-
even know. It was like 100 bottles of wine
I
or
didn't- I
something.
By the way, I was wondering if somebody would do like a craft beer
Oh,
tree.
wow. That would be
this
an
year.
That's
excellent
a good
idea.
idea.
Go down to all the little craft.
That's-
Yeah, it's like get yeah.
It's too late this year. Why do
We're-
you come up with ideas too late, woman?
That's
so
great.
I
Maybe
bet you
we'll do
didn't know
next
that
year.
I make wreaths in the off season. Yeah,
Wow.
it's one of my hobbies. And
Don't
so, how
believe
many
it either.
how many wreaths do you have at the women's club?
I'm not sure. I just know that we have like 10 or 12 trees at this point, I believe.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how many wreaths.
Alrighty.
I'm not on that committee. Megan and Stephanie.
Oh yes,
are
we've had
doing
them
a
on.
great
Stephanie
job
was
with
on
that.
last week. Yes, she's
So-
totally prepared for
Yes.
talking about the Christmas tree.
Get
So
it all memorized.
the second thing that you mentioned is the Fort Myers Beach Community Foundation, and right? Did you
Yes.
mention that? Okay, you're looking at me like they're
No,
way out
because
of way
she's
off.
here to
left field.
talk
I know.
about-
Are
I've
you in
only
a rush to go somewhere? I mean,
no,
wow.
I just want to
We're
get
gonna be
everything
on the
in.
beach all damn day. So what the hell? I got
I've
videos and
only-
everything to play.
I
right?
know. I've only had one cup of coffee. So
Okay.
you'll have
Hey,
to
can we get?
pardon me.
Hey, Lauren, can we get some coffee here
For
for
Debbie?
Debbie? For crying out loud, she needs to wake her ass up. So the Fort Myers Beach Community Foundation is giving away more gift cards this week. I got the QT on that.
They are. I still get their emails, but I'm what they call a sustaining member right now because I'm in the middle of the capital campaign with folks. I've taken a step back from active to.
Well, I'll take a step up then. I heard from
Yeah.
that. I don't mean to put you on the
Step right
spot.
up.
Oh no, it's okay.
I know that they're all week long. They're looking for people on the beach, like managers and owners, to let them know if somebody needs some help because they're giving away gift cards this week. So go to the Community Foundation website, and I think we're going to have them on our show Friday night at La Ola's for our special show. So there you go.
That's
Just staying in the loop
wonderful.
on things. I'm trying to stay on top of things.
That's good, and you stay on top of
Thank
it
you.
all.
Thank you.
Especially, let me congratulate you on your new newsletter.
Oh,
I
thank
think
you.
that's great. When the sandpaper closed, there was quite a void
Thank you.
on the beach, and I really appreciate you guys.
She does
stepping
all
up.
the writing. That's all her work. She spends so many hours on it. You wouldn't know it, but she does because she's so energetic. It's like she doesn't sleep at all. But so why are you here? Oh yes, Lovers Key. Sorry, Lovers Key State Park.
So tell us what's going on at Lovers Key because there's big plans and big things going on, and so give us all the info,
That's
all the
true.
deets.
Well, on December the 1st, our builder, OAK, Owens Ames Kimball, officially turned the building over to us.
Wow. Okay.
And
So
their portion of the project is complete. So now our job is starting, which is the interior build out. And we've got 2 distinct buildings with a breezeway in between. So we've got an exhibit, and I think Ed's going to put some videos up for us.
So what we're going to do is let's start with the building front. We got a few different videos here, so I'm going to play it, but I'm not going to play the
Audio.
I'm not going to play the audio, so this
Okay.
way you can
how long has
talk
it,
about the audio.
How long has the project been in the works?
The project has been in the works for 10 years.
Wow.
10 years ago, our Folks Board looked at the comp plan. Every year there's a comp plan with the state on what their goals and objectives are. And they noticed that a building was on the comp plan about 10 years ago. So they set an intention to try to do what they could to fundraise to build this building. And they were fortunate about 5 years ago. The city of Bonita Springs lent them their lobbyist. And they lobbied the legislature and were given a $4.5 million budget allocation to build the building. And it made sense because the way the park system works is each park raises 80% of its own annual budget. So only 20% of the money to run any park comes from tax dollars. So we're what they call a donating park, where we've got almost 1 million visitors a year.
Wow.
So a good percentage of our money goes to other parks to keep them going.
Did they do the run there this year? They have a run that we used to do every year. Which run was it?
The Turtle
Turtle
Trot.
Did they do it this year?
No.
Okay.
We thought about doing it virtually, but we're not sure. With the building opening, we think that we might just take the year off on that, but we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
So stay
So
tuned.
how do you do a run virtually? What do you mean?
I don't know.
Do you know?
read some. I think you run and then turn a time in.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Or
Yeah.
something
That
like that.
seems ripe for cheaters. But anyway, so let's start with the first video here. What are we
Okay.
watching here? We're not watching anything yet, so continue, dear. You know,
Well,
I'm still
I
new
had
with the
a question,
technology.
and then you get me
All
off
right,
track.
chill out.
So I was reading that Lover's Key State Park is like second or third, and I could be wrong, most visited Florida State Park in the system. So how many visitors is that a year?
We go between the second and the fourth. Right now,
Okay.
we're fourth because of red tide.
All right.
Because the numbers are about a year behind.
Okay.
So with COVID and red tide, we're fourth, but we mostly were second until there's water problems.
What are we
Okay,
looking at
Here's
here,
the
Deb?
building.
All right, so
That
that's
is
the outside of the
amazing.
building.
So that's the outside of the building. You're coming up on it. You'll see the ramp in front, and the ramp wraps around. And in the center of that, there's going to be a manatee sculpture, which we haven't gotten yet.
Cool.
The cool thing about the building is the posts are molded to look like mangrove roots. And that was a design element that we fought to keep when we had some cost overruns because we thought they were so cool. And it's also designed to sit on and climb on. So we don't want parents to make their kids sit and be still. We want them to run around and play.
Very nice.
It's called Discovery because we want you to be active and discover.
Very nice. So that was there was nothing on that piece of land, right? Before.
No, it was just a vacant piece of land. It was right on the other side of the footbridge near the tram stop. And if you kayak there, when you're going down to the kayak launch, it's on the right-hand side just before the kayak launch. So it's situated in a really good spot within the park.
And
All right.
so what's going to be on the inside? There's going to be an exhibition area, and then what else?
Yes, on the right-hand side, there's going to be an exhibition hall.
Okay.
And I think Ed's going to pull up that picture for us.
Oh, the pressure's on.
And we've got,
Come on, dear.
as my son used to say when he was little, difficulty.
All right. Which one do we want to see now?
The exhibit hall one.
All right.
if
We're
you
going to see. I think we're going to see the exhibit hall. So
And what's going to be in the exhibit hall when he gets the picture up?
very nice, dear.
Well, it's
Good
going
cover.
to be an exhibit from Split Rock Studios in Minnesota. They're
Okay.
the same company that did the exhibits at Ding Darling. And there'll be different areas within that celebrate the 5 marine ecosystems within the park.
Okay.
And it'll be interesting because there's going to be drawers that pull out. So there's tactiles for young kids and there's interactives for older kids and adults. So it's really designed to appeal to a broad group of people. And the company, here we are here. So you can see it's an amazing space.
Very nice.
That there's going to be designed to look like a fishing shack with old shingles and
Nice.
some building materials from Joe Orlandini from one of the old cottages on the beach.
Oh,
Nice.
But this space will have all the ecosystems, and the way it's designed, it's called positive optimistic programming, which is we want people to learn things, but we really don't want them to know they're learning. We don't want to be overly sit and listen.
Mhm.
We want them to take away the principles of stewardship and marine conservation and using wild areas for recreation, but leaving them as they found them.
Leave no trace.
Exactly.
So now is there also going to be a community area or is it, I thought there was two sections, like the exhibit and then some other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Ed's going to pull that up. That's my favorite space in
Which
the
one am I
building, the
pulling up?
community room.
The community
Okay.
room. That's what I couldn't get out.
And there's two different ones of the community
how about
room.
the classrooms and the event center? Is that
Yeah,
what we're
that's
talking
good.
about? Okay. All right. Continue.
So what's going to go on in the classroom and the event center?
It's a big multi-use space,
Okay.
and it has two walls that are solid glass. One of them collapses, so it can be open air and opens to a large deck. And that space, we're going to have audio and video conferencing and a smart board, and it'll be available for lectures and class trips and events. You could have a wedding there.
Yeah.
It's just going to be a really great space.
So could people then rent it out? You said like
Absolutely.
for a meeting or a conference or something that they want to do or a wedding.
Sure. Yeah.
Maybe Jacob would consider changing his wedding venue. No, I'm sure he's all set with that. But,
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
we would certainly give him a good price if he wanted to change. He's a great community partner of ours.
Yes, and thank you for introducing him to us. He was
Oh,
a
you're
great
welcome.
yeah,
guest.
that was great.
You're
Put up a
welcome.
lot of my shenanigans.
So how long is it going to take now to get the innards of the building all done?
We expect that we should be done. Everything's being constructed in Minnesota right now. So they have to construct it, crate it, ship it. And
Really?
then it takes about 30
I didn't know
days.
that. Did you know that?
I didn't know that. What?
Why?
Just that's just how it worked out, or
Yeah.
that's just only people that can do it, or
Well, they're one of the best in the country. They're considered one of the top exhibit companies in the country. And our board 10 years ago went around and talked to a lot of people. And the folks over at Ding Darling were really instrumental in making the introductions. And then they looked around, and this was the company they decided on because they just have high quality stuff.
Cool.
is there going to be an aquarium?
Downstairs under the building, there's going to be touch tanks, which
Okay.
are going to be really cool. They've divided it up to a dry side where they'll have like horticulture and landscaping with natives and gopher tortoise. And then on the other side, it'll all be like wet and hands-on science. That side has a crushed shell on the floor. So
Mhm.
you can spill and make a mess and really explore.
What will be in those touch tanks? Do you know at this point?
Sand dollars, starfish, a lot of the stuff that we find around here.
I'm a big fan of the sand dollar. Is there going to be a bar?
A bar?
No.
At events, sort of.
So I kind of set it
Like,
up. Not a
yeah.
regular bar, though. Like you can't ride your bike down there and get a beer.
No,
Okay.
not
Just
as
checking.
it is right now.
You never know.
Well,
Will there be though
eventually.
like a little cafe or
Isn't there one there already?
there's one at the beach.
Okay.
But there's a concessionaire, and he's got a contract with the state. So he may develop something like that. I'd like to see something like that, like they have at the library. They have that
They
cafe.
have a bar
on
at the library?
Yes.
No, they have
not
a coffee bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But
That's what I meant.
But I'd like to see something like that.
Yeah.
And I know our concessionaire is working on getting his liquor license right now. So stay tuned. It may actually happen. It's not an off base
Bye-bye.
idea.
So
What about a gift shop? Will there be like a gift shop?
There's going to be a great gift shop. It's going to be high end merchandise. Our
course.
concessionaire handles the t-shirts and the trinkets in his. So we didn't want to compete with him. So we've one of our board members, Tina Tyler, has been going around and meeting artists and jewelry makers, and she's selecting things for us to carry in our gift shop.
are you going to do it the way Disney does it? You get everybody in the front door and they go through the whole place, and that right at the end there's the gift shop where you're trying to get people to buy everything.
That's a
Hard
great
sell.
idea.
Oh, ding
And
ding
that's
for Ed.
exactly
Ed.
what
that's
we're
one for
doing.
you. I've had two.
You had, but you kind of provoked the second one. It was
It
kind
still
of, come
counts.
on now.
Still counts.
Jeez.
So now tell us a little bit about the fundraiser. I was on the Facebook page about how people can adopt a manatee. Are you still doing that where they can pay the $20 and the mini?
And how are they
and the-
getting that home?
Oh,
It's not-
absolutely.
Go
What
ahead,
are you
explain
talking
it.
about?
I'm glad that you asked about that.
Oh,
Because-
boom!
Because that's part of our partnership with FGCU. We directly have partnered with them with a program, with a class called Leadership Through Civic Engagement, which is a class in Honors College. And we do 4 projects every semester. We do direct service, indirect service, research, and education advocacy with the kids. And one of their education advocacy projects this semester was to create a backstory for the plush manatees that we were purchasing. And they created a really cute backstory. They created all the marketing material. They created a fun facts page. And they literally, 19-year-old kids created this whole program.
Wow.
And we started it last week and we've sold almost 100 in 10 days.
So when will the facility actually be open and the ribbon
I
cutting?
wasn't done with that. I think
Okay.
so
I'll
you
get
get
back
a
to my
little-
question.
You get for
My attention
$20.
span sometimes it's short.
You get $20 and you adopt
Uh-huh.
a manatee, and then you get the plush. It's a mama and a baby.
Yeah.
That you get.
Do you get to put a tracker on it to know that
No.
it's yours? Nothing like that.
They're
I mean,
just a stuffed animal.
oh,
It's a
it's not a
stuffed
real
animal that
manatee.
you get. I know, but when people are doing, I was like, it's such a cute idea, and everybody's doing this Secret Santa thing online
We
now.
could get bobblehead dolls for
somebody
us,
could-
and people could adopt them
Somebody should do a Secret
Like a
Santa where
two-headed-
it's just a charity.
like a two-headed
thing.
bobblehead doll. Wouldn't that be fun?
I would hope that my bobblehead would just whack yours.
There you go. A great idea. So what were you saying?
Well, we were talking about her the fundraiser
Okay,
with
for
the
the
manatees,
adopted
but-
manatees. Yes.
Yes.
Where can we get ours?
You can get your manatees. Go to our website, and there's a link to our gift store. So
Do
you
we
can
have to go
purchase them
pick
there.
it up, or they mail them out, or
They'll mail them out to you,
Or
Okay.
you can go down.
or you can go.
Yeah.
and
are
get
they
them.
from Minnesota too, or
No,
no? They're from here, or are they
Yeah,
made in China? I hope not.
I don't know.
Okay.
That I don't know. That's not part of my project.
So I got my the light changed on my tailgate yesterday, and the guy he didn't charge me for it. He said
Whoosh.
it's a 13-cent light bulb from China, so there's no charge. I said, what does that mean? That comes with the virus or something? I mean, am I going to catch the virus? They were all in there laughing at me because they didn't charge me for the brake light. So
So getting
Anyway.
back to what you came for,
sorry. Get
you-
us back
when
on
again
track, dear.
when is it going to be finished? Do you think?
oh,
and
the
open?
building.
Oh, that was my question, by the way.
End of February, early March.
Wow, that'll be here sooner than you think.
Yeah, and we're gonna have. depending on this current
Yeah.
situation with COVID.
Yeah.
It's all of us are just struggling with that right now and all the restrictions, and so we may have to have a step down opening,
Like a soft
a
opening.
soft opening. So
It's going to be a
if
big
not,
party when
it's
there
the-
can be.
It's the first building that the state parks have built in 20 years.
No way.
Yeah.
Seriously.
The state of Florida?
The state of Florida, the Florida Park Service.
Why?
Because they haven't been building buildings in state parks. So
It's
this is
crazy.
the first state park visitor center
Oh,
in 20 years.
gotcha.
I would bet that with COVID, visitation at state parks has skyrocketed.
Absolutely.
So,
I know I got, thanks to my dad, for my birthday, he got me an annual pass. So I've been trying to get around and hit some of the state parks.
do you
to-
think? Do you
Oh.
think you'll get the vaccine?
Do
What do you
I
think?
will?
Yeah. Or what do you think?
I don't know. I've bubbled myself, and I
Yeah.
really haven't even read about it. I
Really?
try not to
It's
even
coming
think
soon.
about COVID. Yeah.
It's at first it's going to the frontline people.
I'm just saying, sooner or later, it's coming around. Are you going to get it?
I don't know.
I'm a big fat
decide
no
on
to
it.
that.
Being in healthcare, you might have to. I used to
know.
work at a hospital.
Right, you might
Yeah.
have to.
So
I never
it
leave
might-
the house, so I'm not getting it.
It'll
Yeah.
be interesting to see what they do with vaccines when kids come into school too.
Yeah.
Because and people can opt out of that for religious reasons, but I imagine there's going to be a push.
What is
Yeah.
the park? The park hours are different now, or how they dealing with this at the park?
There were abbreviated hours, but we're back to full operation. We open at 8 a.m. and we're open until sunset. So depending on when sunset is when we close.
Very nice.
And what other things can people do? I mean, we've been talking about the building, but there's a lot of recreational activities that go on down there. Can you share with us some of the things that people can do?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. We've got 5 miles of hiking trails and biking trails. That's in the Maritime Hammock area. So it's treed, and even on a super hot day, It's
We have a
It's hard
photographer
to-
here taking
to
our
pose
pictures.
for pictures
while you're
we're
talking.
talking. Sorry.
I love the way you bounce the question to me and then
Yeah,
smile.
and
Yeah.
then, yep, done.
So
Go.
I'll be the one that's got the weird face.
It's our show. We got to make sure she looks good when we post the pictures. Come on, Deb.
Well, there's 5 miles of hiking and biking trails, and that's part when we have our turtle trot. A lot of the turtle trots in that area too. We also have 2 miles of beaches and the real pristine, beautiful
Mhm.
beaches, and then we have 3 miles of kayak trails. So where they had originally cut out on Black Island for development back in the 70s.
I love
area
that
is all
race there, the
available.
turtle trot race
Yeah.
there, because you get to run through different parts of the park, and then you get to run over the bridge there, the wooden bridge,
Yep.
and then it winds up in the
On the
gazebo, and they
Mhm.
have the awards there, and it was such a. Didn't they do like a triathlon there too once
Perhaps
a couple of years ago, many years ago?
Perhaps.
Yeah.
I would love for you guys, and I've asked you before. I'd love you to broadcast the Daily
Yeah.
Turtle Trot. Maybe be a co-sponsor with us.
Well, I'm
I
not
think
being
it'd
that
be a
I'm not
neat
running
thing.
anymore. We're definitely in for the next one if it comes back. When is it usually? Do you
Well,
remember?
It's Mother's Day weekend, the Saturday of Mother's Day
That's May.
weekend, and I believe
you.
14 years they've been doing it. We do
Wow.
it with the
Wow.
Fort Myers Track Club.
Yeah, they're
So
great.
they do all the technical aspects of it.
Right.
They bring their big finish line, and then we just are responsible for the T-shirts and the
Yep.
event venue.
And if people want to come down there and kayak, they can rent kayaks there.
We've got a concessionaire. You can bring your own kayak or you can rent them there. If you become a member of Friends of Lovers Key, folks, you get, if you're a patron member or above, you get a 50% off one rental and also 15% off rentals all the time.
And how much is the membership?
Right now, we've got a membership special for individual memberships at $35. Family memberships are $50 and patron memberships are $80.
Very nice.
And all of those have 12 free admissions. So at $8 per admission, it really is a bargain.
Right. So it's $8 to get into the park regularly. And
Correct.
then
What
and then
are you
people-
doing for the boat race? I mean, the boat parade, not the race. Not a race.
I'm going to be
Don't
on,
race tonight, people.
it's not a race.
well, I'm also a chamber ambassador, so I'm going to be on the chamber boat, the lead boat.
How do you get to be a chamber ambassador? I'm a chamber member.
You could just talk to Jackie.
Yeah.
And
What does
then
that entail? Like, what do you have to do?
There's work involved with it.
Oh, forget it then.
I knew he was going to
I have to leave the house. Can I do it on the phone?
Yeah, you might be able to.
Okay.
They, as she puts it, that the ambassadors do all the heavy lifting.
Yeah. Do you get a
So-
special crown or some kind
No,
of?
but you get a badge.
Nice.
So,
So you're going to be
No
on the.
sashes.
no,
I'm not wearing a sash.
maybe a tiara.
I'm done wearing
I
I
sashes.
really like the sash.
So you're going to be on the lead boat?
Yeah. I'll be on the
Okay.
lead boat.
Yeah. That's going to be the sponsor boat, right? I have it all. I have it all-
Correct.
I can't
Yeah.
remember.
How many people
darn
are
it.
going to be on the boat? And how big is the boat? Do you know?
It's a double-decker boat, and I'm not sure what the occupancy is, but I know that it stepped down from last year because I was on that boat last year. It stepped down due to COVID.
Right.
I can
So-
tell you exactly what it is. It's the All Water Excursions AWE. That's the boat. Does
Oh,
that sound right?
that sounds right.
You don't know for sure,
I don't
but
know for sure.
anyway, that's the title sponsor boat.
I'm
why you-
lax in my ambassador duties.
how dare you? You
Well,
got
you've
the
been
crown and then you
busy.
dropped the ball. What's up with that? No. So
I don't
what are
know.
some of the ambassador duties I'd be asked to do?
You have to go and talk to new members.
Oh,
kind
I
of
love that.
initiate them.
I could do that.
You go. You if there's a ribbon cutting, you have to make sure that you attend, especially if Jackie can't be there because she can't be everywhere at once. Although
Right.
she'd love to be. But you can go in her stead to different events and act as an ambassador.
Yeah. There's a ribbon cutting, I
now, you
think.
don't get to do any hazing of the new members.
No.
That's not
What does that
included.
mean, hazing?
No,
I don't
there's
even know
no
what that means.
paddling or making them do push-ups, sitting on their chest.
There's a
any of that
ribbon cutting
stuff.
coming. I didn't sit on anyone's
That is a
chest.
good
What are you
one.
talking
Oh, I've heard
about, Deborah?
rumors.
Cut the crap. The Fifth Third Bankers. There's a bank that's doing a ribbon cutting this coming week. I think I saw the chamber email
On
on
Thursday,
that.
yeah.
Thursday. Fifth Third. Is that the right one, or
Fifth
is it?
Third.
Where is that on the beach, or
I
is it?
think they took the place of Wells Fargo because
Very
Wells
nice.
Fargo
Oh,
went
that's
out
right.
in
Yeah.
Seagrape Plaza, so I think it's there.
What's cool about being a chamber member too, everybody, is like they're doing breakfasts and lunches and dinner. Every time I turn around, there's another get together
Do you
somewhere.
go?
Like
Are you
Yeah.
going?
I haven't been to one yet, but I've sent Marie to a couple. Our salesperson, she's been there. So
How can you be an
I know.
ambassador? You're not even going.
I just need a little bump in salary, and then I could quit my day job, and I could go to all these damn events, and wouldn't have to worry about paying your mortgage at the house that you bought there.
Right.
So you're going to be on the chamber lead boat, and that starts at 6:00 at Salty Sam's tonight, and
Yes.
that's going to be a ton of fun.
Super fun.
Yeah.
Fort Myers Beach Chamber is the most fun chamber
Yeah,
of all
well.
the chambers. I belong to several,
Oh,
and
you do?
Jacob will tell you too. It's the most fun.
Which is the most boring?
I will not say.
Oh, I think Jackie brings a lot of that to the chamber,
does.
right? Yeah, she's got like a ball of energy there going. So
She does.
now, anything else you want to say about Lover's Key that we might have missed? I just want to make sure you don't
Are
leave.
people allowed to fish down there?
Yes, they
Okay.
are. Not on the beach though, but in all the other areas they are. Like you can fish when you kayak, and that's one of the things our kids do from FGCU is they'll go around and they'll remove monofilaments and things like that. So you can any place except for in the place where people are actively.
Is it just FGCU or is it FSW too? Or
Right now, just FGCU. Our education committee is just starting out since the building's about to open, but we'd like to expand our programs to FSW, and then we're also looking at doing it with Lee County Schools. So
Very
all
nice.
of those things. And to answer your question from earlier, Kim, before
Oh,
you were interrupted.
What a good memory.
thank
I don't
you.
even remember the
If
question
I
I
could double back
interrupted.
to that.
Please do.
Have at it.
We're at about 775,000 people a year right now,
Wow.
which is put us in fourth place. But we were before Red Tide at 1.3 million. And the state does statistics on how that affects the economy of the area. And they consider our park to be responsible for about $89 million in economic impact for Lee County and about $7 million in tax revenue. So supporting environmental education and ecotourism is good business as well as fun.
Is that considered Fort Myers Beach?
It's technically Bonita Springs.
Okay.
20 years ago when the park opened, they were given the option as to which post office they wanted to go to, and Fort Myers Beach was closer. So there's been an identity crisis ever since then with where we belong. But when I went and got a liquor permit for Beach and Brew last year, we are in Bonita Springs,
Gotcha.
even though they weren't going to give me a permit because they didn't think we were in Bonita Springs.
So the address is Fort Myers.
Fort Myers Beach.
It's such a
But
great
it's
spot too.
located,
Such a
yeah.
great location, easy to get to, and
Oh,
plenty of
yeah.
parking.
Well, people don't realize before the park was developed, like back in the 1960s, you used to have to wade through the water to get to it. People went there, but you had to wade through the water. And but people liked it a lot.
I
so.
am interested to know who the top 3 parks are, and I'm sure you know
Yes.
that.
I know number one. Number one is always Honeymoon Island in Tampa.
Never heard of it.
because the road from Orlando drops right at their gate. So all the people from the middle of the state that want to go to the beach are going to go to Honeymoon Island.
Now that's funny because I have that state park pass and that one has not come up.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that your dad got you a cheapie then.
No. No, I mean, when you do the research, I would have guessed, well, never mind. Everglades is national, but yeah, state
Yeah.
parks.
So
Mayaka's very popular too, but it's probably not.
Yeah. Well, we're number 2 to number 4, and then there's one too that's a hiking trail. I can't remember the name of it right
Okay.
now, but because it goes through so many counties, it's hard to compete with them too. But we're steadily up there.
775,000 visitors. Do you know how many come from out of the state, or are they mostly?
Yeah, 26% are 26% are in county, and then the rest are out of county.
Out of the county.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So
Well, we appreciate the updates that you give us and everything you do. You got a lot of people saying thank you for what you do
Yep.
for the community. So that's very nice. They recognize that you're doing so many things and you're an ambassador. I'm an ambassador to Peach Time Out, and there's nothing better than being an
And that's a
ambassador to Peach
valuable
Time Out.
job. I'm
And
sure
Not
John
that
and Debbie
John-
really
well,
appreciate it.
I'm not so sure
so
about
sure.
that, but we'll find out later after
He's
the
a
party.
self-imposed.
I just made myself an ambassador of
That's
Peach
right.
Time Out. So,
If
and-
I could say one more thing.
oh, for sure, you can say
Um,
many more things if you
we
need to.
are also still, I wouldn't be doing my job, and if I didn't say, we are still looking for contributors to our building. We're only about 75% of the way to our fundraising goal. So if you're interested in naming rights or naming recognition, or just make a general
Ooh.
donation, you can go to Capital Campaign at friendsofloverskey.org. That's my email address. Or go to our website, friendsofloverskey.org, and look at all the opportunities there are to help us get over the finish line.
What does it
How
cost
much-
to be
yeah.
what did you call
Naming
it?
rights?
Yeah, like what are you naming? Like
Well, you put
can,
your name on it.
You can put your name on the building.
Oh yeah,
Um,
for sure.
Yeah, if you have 200,000.
Okay, so do you have a place where
John.
dogs go to the bathroom there? What would you name that? How much
we have
would that
a dog
cost?
watering. We have a water fountain with a dog watering feature.
That's
Yeah.
what we need to do.
How much would that run me?
$10,000.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
That's a
seriously.
lot for the dog watering
It
feature.
actually, the actual cost of the feature is over $7,000.
Oh, okay.
So,
You're making a little profit on me there.
yeah. Well, it cools the water as well, and then we have to have somebody put it in.
Gotcha.
So,
That's for the dogs.
Yeah,
it
for the-
cools the water.
well, it cools the water for people. I think
I was
it just
gonna
gives
say.
the dogs room
Okay.
temperature.
All right.
What are other things that are up for a bid there?
Well, right now, we actually have a donor for the exhibit hall, and that was a nice size donation.
Can you name who it is yet?
Are they do they want naming rights or no?
No, they have naming rights, and
Okay.
we'll be press releasing that soon. Their names are Brian and Heather Samuelson,
Oh,
and they're from Bonita Springs.
Very
he
cool.
owns a tech company in Bonita Springs, and then
Well, thank
also.
you to them.
Yeah, I know. I am just in awe of that. And believe it or not, that was my first donation when I took over this position.
Wow.
And I was ready to sell them something much smaller. And they put the booklet down in front of me and pointed to that. And I nearly fell off my chair.
wow. You see, sometimes you have to ask for more.
Yeah.
That's what I realized
was a
selling
valuable
advertising.
lesson.
Yeah.
Valuable lesson.
Oh, well, you are a superstar for coming on so many times and giving us all the information. You're welcome
Please
back
keep us
anytime
updated.
you want to come back and let us
I
know
sure
when we
will.
can get down there. If the race is on, we're there.
And I'd
Do you
love
have
to give
Wi-Fi
you guys
down
a
there?
tour. We actually do. We just got into a partnership with CenturyLink, and we've got 300 megabytes of download speed to power all of our new state-of-the-art stuff.
No 5G yet, because that's like the
No,
government.
not yet.
That's government taking control of you all that.
No.
That's instantly they give you the vaccine if you have 5G.
Oh,
that's
is
what I
that how
heard.
that works?
Yeah,
Like a van
something
comes
like
out
that.
to your house.
Yeah, a van. Yeah,
Well, there is that app or something where you
yeah.
can
That's
see.
crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's
Uh-uh.
We're all going to be under government control soon. So anyway, we don't mean to get off the base there, Deb. We'll see you tonight on the boat. We'll wave to you from Nervous Nellies.
Yes, wonderful.
Thank you so much for coming down, and thank you for introducing us to Jacob. He was a great guest, and damn to be 30 and 27 years
He's
old.
I
27.
know.
Crazy.
And he's doing so many things
Yeah.
at that age. It just blows my mind.
Yes.
He's a
Right.
great asset.
I'm doing a lot of things at my age too, but most
Well,
of them
it's about
involve
time.
being in the bathroom a
Yeah.
lot. So thank you for coming on, Deb. I appreciate it. You have yourself a great night, and
All right.
thank you.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.
Debbie Voorhees, everybody from Lovers Key. Oh, look who's here. She brought along,
She brought along all her
all her friends, and you're going to hopefully have some breakfast there.
family.
And you're going to get to read
Oh.
the, not yet, you're going to get to read the ad, so I could take a little breath there. Go ahead.
Well,
I'm playing some
all right.
background music for you.
So I have to switch out
Oh,
because
that's not the background music.
I will say I got contacts, which are great.
Oh, you look lovely in contacts.
But he couldn't quite dial it in for me not to have to use readers because
What does
I'm a
that
bad well,
Why
you
get
can
contacts if you have to wear glasses?
No, because these are for distance.
What
and
kind
then
of
they
cheap
can
ass
put,
eye doctor are you going
he's
to?
amazing, Dr. Azizi at West Florida Eye.
Yeah, you can
They
try
have
and get
two
it.
offices, one in Lehigh and one south on 41.
Yeah, good luck trying to get an appointment with him though.
He's
I had
great
to go
guy.
at like 6:30 in the morning and sneak in the
they,
back.
they fit me right in, and they will fit you in too. Tell them I sent you.
Oh, you're not.
and-
You're making a little buck off that.
No. But he tried to give me the monovision, which is where you have one eye long distance and one eye for reading, but it gives you a little bit of a depth perception problem. And my brain was resistant to sort of doing that, and so I had to keep turning my head.
All right, get to the ad.
So,
All right,
all right.
enough about your eyes. Come on,
All right,
stick
so
to the subject
Fort
for
Myers. Are you going to the bathroom? or you
once. No, I
sitting
don't have to go. Can
Ah.
you believe that? I'm gonna make it the whole
Wow.
show. Don't say it too much or don't talk about it. You make me have to go.
Stop pouring coffee. Fort Myers Tiki Tours. You can go there for sunset tours, dolphin cruises, birthday parties, family fun, sightseeing, team building.
The reason we
You
read the
can-
ads is because you want to make it sound like you're ad-libbing it. You want to make it
Oh,
sound
all
like
right. Well,
fun.
but I always feel like
You
that
sound
sounds
like
bad.
you're reading an ad.
All right, well, I'll
Don't
ad-lib it.
make it sound like it's a recorded commercial. Like the Island Oils thing, when I read it, I say you spray it under your arms, you spray it,
Can you
if you
please go to the bathroom?
if you get bit by a snake on your arse, you can spray it on your arse and to keep the bugs away.
Well, you're
Go
not
ahead.
going to get bit by anything while you're on the tiki boats because they are on the water, 6 people. You just show up. You can bring your snacks. You can bring adult beverages. You can bring juice packs, whatever you want to bring. They supply the ice, and they supply a certified Coast Guard certified captain and lots of entertainment. They go up and down the bay at a very reasonable, slow pace. Everybody will be taking your picture. You'll feel like
That's right.
a superstar because people are not used to seeing, although they're going to get more used to it, this tiki, an actual tiki thing.
You're
floating
right
down the
about that.
water.
You're right about that. It's like
Right.
it's like a little picturesque thing that people want to
It is.
see.
It is. You might end up on somebody famous's Instagram feed.
Yeah, and when you mooned those people when they were coming by taking
did
pictures, it was totally
I did
out of
not do
character, and I thought it was quite funny.
I did
but
not do
you
that.
really shouldn't do that.
I
That is
didn't.
not something you should do.
I did not do that. I did pick up a little bit. Somebody had dumped a water bottle in, so
Oh,
you're
yeah, that
going
was
slow
fun.
enough so you can pick.
Well, no,
that
we
up.
had to make a U-turn in the thing. We got an extra 10 minutes out of the guy, so we thought we were going to run out of gas on the way back. But that was so
that was a
thoughtful
lot of
you.
fun. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun on Father's Day, and they're amazing people.
Yeah, and they've been
They-
with us for like
know.
30 weeks now, since the first day
And,
they opened.
Let's see, who was it that made the contact for that way back when we first
You
started?
did. And I thought they were just playing us, but I have to say they've been great to us for the longest time. So
And he's stuck up in New York.
Oh,
I
wait a
had a
second.
long conversation with him about that.
really, I
Yeah,
didn't know
when the
that you
whole
were
boating
talking to him
thing
behind my
happened.
back.
I wasn't behind your back. You gave me his phone
Oh.
number.
One of the things that too, if they see a fire, like if they see a boat on fire and they're close, they're coming to help.
Yeah.
They did that when that one boat caught on
That's
fire.
what I'm saying. Oh,
Yeah, when the guy's
Well-
boat caught on fire, they were the first ones there to help
then-
out.
Yeah.
Oh no, was it no the guy that fell?
Thank you.
That's right. That's right. I'm having a brain fart there. The guy that fell
Go to
off
the
the boat and
bathroom.
died, unfortunately, they
Yeah.
were there to help out.
They
So-
saw it. They
Go to
went.
the bathroom.
They went over there. He yelled. That captain yelled to people on land to call 911. He went over there. They got their passengers off, and the passengers Ubered back. And they went on. They honored their cruise the next day. But yeah, he was instrumental in getting the guy help. Unfortunately, it wasn't something that they could
Right.
fix.
So there are a couple of things now that you've been a
But
Debbie
he's
Downer
stuck
about
up
this
there in
Yeah.
New York.
because they're closed down and you can't
Yeah,
leave.
there's like all these restrictions if you come down and you have to be tested and you have to be out for 3 days and it's a big mess.
Yeah. So the couple of things. There's so many things coming up that I want to make
so
sure.
many things.
Yeah. Besides the boat parade tonight, I think the Kylie Morgan concert is tomorrow. I think Debbie will clarify that, but I think she's playing at the Collier County Fair
Yes.
tomorrow, and that is later in the day. I forgot who that's it's a big name playing tomorrow, which
I
we're going to go
forget,
see.
too.
We're going to go see
Somebody
her.
told me.
And then next weekend, of course, is the Tree Festival, the Women's Club Tree Festival. So if you're on the beach, you want to go support the local charities. And then Dan Allers is going to come on Friday night when we do our show from La Ola's, and he's going to talk about the bike parade. They have this goofy. They have
I
this great
remember
bike
seeing that,
parade.
yeah.
And so I'm looking at my phone because he sent the details. So it's going to be on the 19th from 6 to 9, and they're going to take off from Junkanoo and head north around Times Square and back, ending at Hoosiers. They'll be singing and spreading holiday cheer on the local streets. They've not selected the exact route yet, but this year they're going to have a police escort, and everyone is required to have the lights on their bikes.
Like a sheriff's escort?
I'm sure, because we don't have our own
Right,
police
right,
department down here. So it's free. And the event, they welcome everybody. So you can watch them go by.
Are you going to do it? Are you going to decorate your
You
bike?
know, I have a road bike now. A mountain hybrid bike.
You could do it.
So-
And you have lots of lights.
I do. I have flashing lights, and I have
You
different
look
colored
like a
lights.
Christmas tree all through
Yeah.
the year.
It's the 19th. What day of the week is the 19th?
That's probably a Friday.
Never know. So there's that. And then the Fort Myers Community Foundation is giving out more gift cards this week. So what you want to do is get in touch with the Fort Myers Community Foundation. If you have somebody that works for you down here on the beach, because they were slammed so hard at the beginning of the COVID thing, and they have some gift cards to give out. So you want to get on their website.
I
and
also want to
go ahead and
mention
mention whatever you want.
that
It's your show.
tonight, starting at 6 and going till 2 a.m. at the ranch,
Okay, go ahead.
is
Yes.
going to be the fundraiser that Chris O'Neill was on last week talking about, and it's $10. It's the Mile Wide Music Festival at the ranch. They have a bunch of bands that are going to be playing. It's There's a $10 donation that's suggested. You don't have to have a ticket. You can just go and give your $10 or bring an unwrapped toy. So they're going to be purchasing cards to help feed the homeless, and like gift cards, and giving out toys to those children in need. And I'm excited because someone that I know who...
Not supposed to touch your face like that.
Oh, sorry. Someone that I know who is a friend of someone who has a mission that feeds the homeless. I connected them, and so they're going to be at a
Look at
ranch
you.
tonight. I know, and Chris is going to be helping that mission out.
Yeah, he
It's
was all-
Living Light Mission.
He was all about this. You know, he's really into this
Yep.
event.
Well, he
that he's
has
put
his
together.
own not-for-profit called Bent Hook charity. So,
Is that what it's called?
yeah,
I
Bent
didn't
Hook.
know that was the name of it. I forgot.
Yep.
The thank you, Kelly. Kelly put up the address, the email address for the community foundation. If anybody on the beach wants to get in touch with them about the gift cards, it's wearefmb2020@gmail.com, and they've been collecting money for the folks out here on the beach that lost.
There's no
some
lack
revenue.
of
yeah.
charities that need support.
Yeah.
So please, that makes a wonderful gift. If you have someone who has everything, then donate money in their name or adopt the manatees. Get the plush, give them the little manatee thing. There's so many opportunities to do that. And do you really need more stuff? We could all minimize, and you just don't need that much stuff.
Okay, so now I lost my train of thought here. I wanted to make
Love
sure I
people,
mentioned.
not things.
What has gotten into you?
I'm telling
What
you,
has gotten into you?
I listened to this minimalist podcast, and
Please.
these two guys are great.
You're still listening to the climber guy.
I'm still listening. Yes, to Mighty Blue on the Appalachian Trail.
While people are still on listening, and I don't have any
For a
idea why,
reason
we
why,
want to
we
know.
don't know.
Post in the chat box if you will get the vaccine when it comes your way. Very interested to know if people would get the vaccine.
So now you're off the masks and you're on to the vaccine.
No, I'm not off the masks. I'm never off the masks. But do you think your dad will get the vaccine?
Yeah.
Did you see that President Bush, President Obama, and President Clinton were all huggy saying that they're going to get the vaccine and they're going to televise it together?
No, I did
They're going
not
to get it
see that.
together.
They weren't really hugging, were they?
They were huggy. They had kind of, a
Did they
huggy
have
look, a
masks
smiling
on?
look on their face, and they said they're all going to go on TV and get the vaccine. They did. So
Well, I mean, good for them, I guess. I mean, that's
you're
not
hesitant on the vaccine.
Well, no,
you
it's
think
not
that's
that.
so?
I'm
What you're
just-
saying is you don't think there's actually going to be the vaccine in the needle. You think it's going to be a fake.
No, I totally think there's a vaccine in the needle. I don't think it's fake.
Do you think that the election was rigged?
I'm not going to be swayed one way or the other by
Oh.
either a president, a former president, or a Hollywood person. I'm going to make my decision for what I want to do, and it's not going to be based on that.
We are
Okay.
getting ready for the big party here. And before we go, our friend, I don't even know his name,
don't
but our Budweiser friend is going to come over and tell us, come on, we want to know about all the gifts, the giveaways. You can tell us about the giveaways. Come on. Oh, he's playing Frady Cat. Look at
4
you.
chairs.
We got chairs.
2
We got a bicycle, coolers.
A bicycle.
They're going to be giving away T-shirts. And all you need to do is come down to Pete's. It starts at 12, goes to 4. And you don't have to buy raffle tickets. They give them away. You're going to sit at your table. Some people come
They're
down.
not selling them?
No, some people come down. I hope I'm saying this right. Some people come down with these big boards on them, and they get the tickets and they tape the tickets to the board, and they're here for hours enjoying the entertainment and enjoying the atmosphere. And you can't ask for a better day. It's
Nope.
such a nice day out here today.
Yeah, come down and get your stuff. Get yourself some stuff.
Right.
Some
Get some
gear.
stuff. Sign up for our newsletter. Just go to beachtalkradionews.com. A pop-up box will come up. You'll get up to
His
date
newsletter.
on all the news. Big stuff going on with Bay Oaks. And we're hoping to have several members of the Bay Oaks committee on real soon. We've been really harassing them to come on because we want to
You.
hear what's going on at Bay Oaks. I mean, they really have big plans for Bay Oaks.
They sure do.
They have big plans and they have really big plans for
Mm-hmm.
Bay Oaks. And what they're trying to figure out is what plan is going to work for the amount of people that uses Bay Oaks. And we got the Times Square project and the Bayside Park project. And don't forget, tonight, 6 o'clock, we'll be broadcasting live from Nervous Nellies for the 32nd Annual Chamber of Commerce Boat Parade with 20 some odd boats that are going to be decorated with Christmas lights. And it's going to be a fabulous time at Nervous Nellies, which is pretty much the best place to see the boat parade come by. And we're going to be there with our cameras and our reporters, and Greg Skasny's going to be there to sit in.
Hopefully next year they'll get that park redone, and it'll be even better to
super
sit
nice.
there.
It's going to be like Kathy Lee Gifford and whoever else does the
Regis Philbin?
Macy's parade. Who does the Macy's parade in New York? It's going to be just like that. And here it comes, boat number 5. Is there going to be music on the boats? Who knows?
I think so.
That's going to be it's Christmas music, I hope. Is Santa Claus going to be in the last boat?
I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be fun. 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock at Nervous Nellies, and we hope to see you there. Anything else you want to say to your 9 fans that are listening?
We're going to be going to Marie's house tonight for her party, so we want to wish her a happy birthday.
That's right.
Happy birthday, Marie.
Marie turns.
Don't say it.
Yes, she turns
Don't say it.
a very important age tonight.
She's over 25.
And
Let's
she's
leave it at
our
that.
salesperson. So if you want to advertise with us, she's going to be the person. So everybody have a great weekend. Come enjoy the weather. And we'll see you in a few hours down at Nervous Nellies. Bye-bye.